Now, the next I'll be speaking about is what I call initiative. Initiative is your personal dedication, your personal commitment, your personal initiative to the realization of your goals, your personal contribution to the realization of your dreams. Now, after realizing that God has given something to you, after realizing that you've been so called to preach, you've been so called to sing, you've been so called to do portraits, you've been so called to bring out essential giftings in you, to do poetry in the remarkable way, you've been so called to speak a message to the world, you've been so called to do something insightful, something remarkable. What is the next step that you have to do? It does not remain as knowing that God has given something to you. It does not remain about knowing who God says you are alone. It does not remain as knowing who you are alone. You have to take a step. You have to take the initiative. After knowing the intuitive gifting that you have, after having this inner conviction, this deeper realization that there's something unique about you, you have to take the next step. You have to take the bold step of knowing that you can also do something about yourself. This is personal initiative. Personal initiative suggests to you that whatever you have to continually upgrade it. You have to know that what is not upgraded does not remain graded. It rather becomes degraded. What is not updated does not remain dated. It becomes outdated. So personal development, personal initiative is crucial for your success. It's crucial for the development of your gifting. It's crucial for the strategic alignment of any talent that you have. What is it that you have? In the next few minutes, I want you to pause. I want you to reflect upon certain things that you are able to do, certain things that come to you naturally, that you believe that they are your giftings. Probably there are things that are pointing you to your talent, and you have to take the step in developing them. There are things that come to you naturally that you effortlessly are able to acknowledge that these are things that you can do. These are your talents. These are your giftings. There are things that make you angry. People are probably angered by waste, and these people come out to start garbage companies, refuse companies. People are so startled about certain things that happens, and these people start companies around their talents. What is it that makes you angry? What is it that causes passion to burn within you? This is an indicator which is pointing you to your talent. It is pointing you to something that you can do. Do not play on this. Do not sleep on this. Wake up, sharpen your gift, sharpen your talent. It will call for you to invest productive time into it. It will call for you to read materials around it, to spend time researching, spend time going to the library, spend time going online, not to look at other things which may draw attention to you, but then other things that you've purposed in your heart to look at it. If you want to be a boxer, the time is now that you spend time on the field, training, sharpening your muscles, sharpening your face, making sure that you do not miss those punches. If you want to be a good musician, the time is now for you to wake up at dawn, spend a lot of time rehearsing, spend a lot of time training. This is initiative. This comes after you've realized that there's a gifting in you, there's a talent in you. Let me reiterate to you that it doesn't stop. It doesn't remain at knowing who God says you are. It doesn't remain at knowing who you are. It takes a next step. This step is for you to take a bold initiative to work on your talent, to develop yourself, to say to yourself that I am taking my gift to the highest level. You do not have to let your gifts remain as it is. In the next 2 years, where do you want to see yourself? Where do you want your talent to take you to? These are things that you have to talk about. These are things that you have to reflect about. These are things that you have to think about. Your talent plays in so many levels of influence. One is your local level. Your local level of influence with regards to your talent is where your colleagues, your peers, come to identify that Kwesi is a gifted R&B singer, and your colleagues and peers are happy. They are excited to hear you sing. They are ready to hear you give out your R&B. This is a local level of influence where your talent comes to display, your talent comes to realization. Now, the next level is for you to work on yourself, to take it beyond your friends, to take it beyond your colleagues. The question at the end of the day is, when you produce your music, do you want only your peers to purchase it? Do you want only your friends to purchase it? No, you want to have an influence bigger than your local influence, bigger than your local community. People have influence among their family. People have influence among their friends. Now there are certain people who are gifted, who sharpen their gift. They want to move above the local influence. They want to go to the industry. Now the industry is where people that you play with, game players in your industry, begin to realize that you are gifted, begin to realize that you present something to the table. So associations that you find yourself in, they are able to make reference to you. They are able to refer to you. So if you're a musician, people in the industry begin to acknowledge your presence. They begin to acknowledge that you are bringing something on board. You are making a contribution. In fact, your presence is so remarkable. Why? You have moved from the local influence, where it was formerly just family, where it was formerly just peers, where your review, your critics were just about what does Kwesi think about my music. Akosia, what do you think about the genre I'm producing? What do you think about the music I'm producing? Now you want to go to other colleagues in your industry, people in the music industry if you are singing for that matter, people in other industries if you are playing soccer, people in other clubs, people in other sporting communities recognizing you. This tells you that you have moved beyond local influence to the influence of the industry. This is the next stage in influence with regards to sharpening your gift, sharpening your talent. There are so many people who remain at the first level. These are local champions. Nobody knows them except their parents. Nobody knows them except their family. Nobody knows them except their classmates. Nobody recognizes them except their classmates. But you want to move above this local influence. You want to move beyond peer review. You want to move beyond the influence of just your friends, just the people in your local community. You want the people in your industry to know that you are a giant, you are a storm, you are bringing something to contribute to the industry, you are bringing something to help the industry grow. These are where people in the industry begin to know that you matter. They begin to know that somebody is entering into the industry, somebody is penetrating into the industry. This comes as a result of you working on your single so well that not only your friends clap for you, people in your industry are excited about it. Now when people in your industry begin to appreciate you, they begin to accept you, they begin to acknowledge you, you don't want to satisfy them alone. Why? Because you're in the stage of upgrading yourself. You're in the stage of updating your gifting, sharpening your talent. I told you, what is not updated, it does not remain dated. It becomes what's outdated. If you do not sharpen your gifting, you do not think about moving from one stage to the other, your talent, your gifting is going to be outdated. Each time, everything about you should be fresh. Everything about you should be remarkable. If you are bringing in a new song, it should be very different from the song you produced the other time. If you are writing a new book, the insights you bring on board should be very different from the other insights that you brought on board. Life is about wowing people. Life is about bringing something that excites people, bringing out the purple cow in you, bringing out the wow factor.